Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We're going to break it down. Don't have much time here on this Sunday morning as I dedicate this day to my family. Most of it. I still have some trades. We still do our thing, but I try to be, I do spend the day with my family. We have a good time. We hang out. Get rid of that word try. It's the worst word in the English language, so I always remove it when I get myself saying it. So anyway, blessings on blessings, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I see the chat is out of control in the trading group, and it's awesome. Anyway, we're going to break it down for you. Going to show you what's happening on the chat. I don't think I even got the live stream ready, but there it is. Wow, thank gosh. Everything was the way it was supposed to be. Bitcoin got the bounce. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down like we were looking at last night. Let's get back to that 1 minute chart and kind of talk about what happened here. Nice big move for Bitcoin right now to the upside, getting a huge, massive pump too as we speak. So let's show you. I mean, look, that's a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder there too as well. So last night, Bitcoin got this inverted head and shoulder. That looked pretty interesting. So this is what we saw last night, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. You knew if that was basically a 60% chance you were going to break to the upside. You did. You got to this area, hit a resistance at 66.5, came all the way back down for a nasty divergence, lower than the previous low, but got bought back up exceedingly well. We went to a low again at 64,005, breaking that previous low at 64.7, only to break back up above the highs and rip back to the upside yet again, only to have resistance, as you can see, at about 67,500 for Bitcoin. So where are we? Where do we stand? What's happening? Well, let's just revisit everything again for all the newcomers out here that are just wondering where we're at. We're going to do our top-down analysis like we do every single day. We're going to look at Bitcoin only by itself, and we're going to show you the levels that matter and where we stand. If I am correct, tonight is the weekly candle close. The weekend goes by so fast, I don't know how it just disappears. Amazing, right? I remember when I used to work, I'd be like, oh, Friday, thank gosh. I'd be so happy not to be at work. And then it would be Mondays, I'd be like, oh, man. I'll be honest, I wasn't that happy with going to work. Now every day is the same day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I like the weekends more because my kids are home. You know, one of my kids home from school, but that's it. So look, this was weekly resistance and support. It hit resistance there at 65.5. I said if we don't close a weekly candle below that, I will not be bearish. No reason to be bearish at all. And we didn't. We did not close a weekly candle below this key level. So no bearishness right now. And we will close this candle in 10 hours and 24 minutes. Now, if this candle changes, we get a nasty drop and we close below this level, I will become bearish. Or not more bearish. I will become the idea that we'll come and test 60,000. Until we close a weekly candle below 65.5, I don't believe we will be testing 60,000. All right? So we take it one step at a time here for Bitcoin. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is tonight, if this candle closes the way it is, we take it for what it is. All right? So could this candle just eventually rip and turn green? It could be a green candle on the weekly. Anything could happen today, everybody. Just remember that in cryptocurrency. All right? So big moves for Bitcoin. Do we get the pullback, like I've been saying, back to the 21? There's a chance we do not, and we continue to the upside. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. What I see most likely is the 3-day doing something like this. This 3-day candle will close in 1 day and 11 hours. But right now it is going to close bearishly. But I'd like to see a jump up and some sideways price action here for Bitcoin. That would be pretty nice for the altcoins. Present a beautiful bull flag for Bitcoin, and we would continue on our way to 100K into July. Like, that's just kind of how we would rock. And things would be beautiful. And we would slowly interact with the 21-day moving average, and we'd be on our way. This would be, to me, the most beautiful scenario for Bitcoin and the altcoins and everything else. And that could be actually very accurately be what is likely going to happen. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right. Let's jump on into the chat, see what's happening to each and every one of you. How y'all doing? How are your kids doing? How's your family doing? How's your mom, dad, your aunt, your uncle, your nephew, your niece, grandma, grandpa, mom and dad? All right. Sammy, what about SCI? Don't sell your SOL. Never sell SOL. Right? Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. I had a St. Patrick's Day tie on this morning. Forgot to put it on. My goodness. Forgot to put on my St. Patrick's tie. With all the nonsense going on. I got a bunch of new Bitcoin ties too. I recently got a bunch of new Bitcoin ties for the day. And I should have my Irish hat on, like my caddy hat. And just be all Irish in Boston. You know what I mean? Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you Irish souls out there. And everybody, if you can't be good, be Irish. As what my dad always said. Ishka Baha, my dad said it probably every day. Whiskey, water of life, you know. So this could be what's happening here for Bitcoin. Or we take a nasty dump down to the 21. And honestly, it's hard for me to say. Just because the ETFs, they'll be, hey, what if we just get some buy pressure that we're not normally used to, right? And we do get the bit of a bounce here. Or are we getting a dead cat bounce, just pulling people in here? Now, the daily had to come back to the 21. I talked about that too. We wanted it to be more sideways, but it was a violent move down. But we bounced. Look how nicely we bounced, and we bounced off weekly support. You see that? The daily really didn't call, but that was weekly support. That's our weekly line. Now, interesting enough, the daily is tussling with that weekly line, right? Like it hit it, went a little bit below it, but we will close back above it, even on the daily time frame. One thing I wanted to show everyone that I kept talking about was the 8-hour hidden bullish divergence. And I went over it, I showed it on Twitter, and I talked about it, and you can see we did get a bounce so far off the divergence. And it is playing out as divergence is supposed to play out, and then falling wedges break out 68% of the time. And Bitcoin's in a bit of a falling wedge that wants to break out 68% of the time. The length is this area here. Does Bitcoin get the bounce to the upside? And that's really the question here, because then your alts will continue to fly, okay? And this means that this would be a perfect buy opportunity. What if you buy now, though, when it takes a tank? See, that's the question. So for me, it's DCA territory. It's buying into things that you appreciate before it's too late, you know? And knowing that, you know, and again, and I'd rather buy now, watch it dump here, buy some more, collect a good bag of both these positions than not be in the market at all. Personally, I'm heavily in the market. You do whatever makes you happy, but I wouldn't be giving up. You know, I sold a few things. I did. I'll be honest. I was heavily exposed, but and now I have to reallocate into certain areas too. And I'm wondering which ones I want to get into, how I want to get into them. All right. I sold out of Bitcoin as I think this is a B wave heading down further. See what you just said? You think. Worst thing I could hear in trading is when someone thinks. Yeah. Best channel for TA in mental training. Shout out to Jay Bella. Shout out to GF Burke. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Joey Porter, Jason Gillespie, Christopher Armstrong, and everybody out here. Shout out to Enroll Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Near just wants to pump. Near is out of control. So what do I see happening today? I mean, the 8-hour says it wants to pump. Right? The 6-hour says, hey, I want to make a pump. It's got bullish divergence. All right. We got hidden bullish divergence. 90% accurate signal that you're going to get a bounce back to the upside. You got the 4-hour suggesting you're going to bounce. It just needs to break this trend line. That's what we need to see. We need to see it break up in trend to the upside. It breaks that trend line, then we're likely headed further. And honestly, the measured move is an all-time high at 75,900. We could double top. You know, we could make an M pattern here and then dump to the downside too, even after we pump out. That's why I take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Now, let's take a look at this 1-hour time frame. So you can see the 4-hour wants to push you. And so the 4-hour could pin the 1-hour. However, look at the 1-hour. It looks pretty bearish on the curve there. And if I bring this up, you can see bounce, resistance. Previous support was resistance. Bitcoin has to flip this key level, and it's the edge of the, rising wedge. So Bitcoin has to flip 67,000 to remain bullish. It breaks above 67,000, use it as support. We have ourselves a bit of a chance here of a shoulder, kind of a head, maybe even a right shoulder, and a breakout here to the upside for Bitcoin. So something to think about. Maybe you didn't see that. One other thing I want to show you on the 1 hour time frame. I'm going to double click here, the RSI, and you can see that does move up. You could always call it a double divergence, but that, that goes up. They both go up here, and that's a nice move to the downside. That is a bullish divergence if I've ever seen it here on Bitcoin. All right. And the key level has to be broken here at 67,000 to remain bullish. So I would look for a breakout above 67. Some type of flag retest of it could be the right shoulder. That could be a beautiful entry here for a move back to the upside. Then Bitcoin has to get back above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame to remain bullish. Did it break the 200 SMA on the 1 hour? On the 1 minute, let's take a look. We know that's the beginning of how price action can get out of a messy situation here. So what are we seeing now for Bitcoin? Kind of looks like a shoulder head and a right shoulder that got jettisoned up and jettisoned back down. Pretty strange price action if you ask me. Definitely heavy resistance for Bitcoin, right? You can see even here is local. 67,650. You need to get back above that to remain bullish. Okay. Let's get the likes up to the watches, everybody. When I have less people watching, you got to do your part to propel us to the upside here. I'd greatly appreciate that. All right. We're all a family here. Everything you help me continue. Think about it. If I help you grow, then every time you make me feel good, it's a good thing, right? So if you make me feel good, I'm only going to work harder, work better, do better, right? A human being that's in a good mood does well, right? So if you keep hitting that like button, if you keep subscribing, if you keep showing up, if you keep doing the right thing, you're only going to help me produce better for more people. And if you want the world to do great, then you want everyone to learn. And if you know that I'm producing and I'm a teacher, then you want more people to find the teacher, man. And so help the teacher find the student. Hit that like button for me every single day of your life. Therefore, you become the teacher with me. Together, you grow. You get that karmatic reflection back because you do the right thing. All right. So look, we had we could possibly be a complex inverted head and shoulder again that could break us further to the upside. That's what got us going here. All right. Look, earlier this morning, if you wanted to know how to get into this trade, all you would have had to know was how to trade an inverted head and shoulder right there. See it? I mismarked on the right shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You broke out. Then once you got above the 200 SMA, you open up a long with a stop loss on the other side. Gone. Such an easy, simple, I don't like using, it's easy, but it isn't too difficult to do. I teach my students to use the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame and just destroy the game. And you could use it on multiple time frames. Once you break the 1 minute, you look for the 5 minute 200 SMA to break. If you break above that, you can open up a long with a stop loss on the other side. Gone. And then you can do this in succession over and over again. You just got above the 7 minute. That tells us that we could get a move further to the upside. Actually, let me re-look at this again here on the 7 minute time frame. So possible little flag there on the 1 minute. What I see is a bullish rectangle that broke out. So this is what I see. Little bullish rectangle. They broke it to the downside. They broke it back to the upside. Weekend warriors, whoever tried to trade that, they went after the stops pretty fast, right? Monday comes back up, and then the ETF starts buying again, and they have to buy. Or are they going to wait for lower prices and watch this market collapse? Doesn't make any sense, does it? All right. Thanks for teaching us crypto. Do you do Saturday class every month? Yes, the last Saturday of every month I teach class, everybody. I'm dedicated to each and every one of you. $150, jump on into class. It'll blow your mind. 3-hour class, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just look up where you live and make sure it's the Boston time to New York City time. You don't have to be a scientist. A lot of people still mess up the time frames. I don't know how. But $150, hit the QR code or the link below. We make it super simple to get involved and to get started and to get going. A lot of people are going to take what I teach you in that class, turn it into a 2 to 3 week class and charge you $3,000. I charge you $150 for 3 hours, and then I tell you to get going. I give you your homework. I give you a place to study inside of my trading group. And then I give you like thousands of people that are positive and willing to help you along your way. So you do you, I'll do me, but I'm going to continue to help you regardless, and I'm going to turn people into disciplined, focused individuals that are going to change the world. Go after their dreams, believe in God, and live a life of beautiful, positive energy and life. All right. Blessings, Sammy. Appreciate a look at Manta on the 15-minute. I love Manta. I love me some Manta. Thoughts on total 1 week lower high, Bitcoin's historical pre-halving dip. You know, Bitcoin had a pre-halving historical dip when it didn't have the ETFs. You know what I mean? But maybe it does. See, I'm open-minded. I am. Look, there's some bearish div here on the 7-minute time frame. So here's the deal for me. It's really this level right here that needs to be brought back. You know, bounce, resistance. So today we're going to look for 67,600 to be broken. We break 67.6. That means we breach this trend line. That means we're on our way at least, looks like, to 70K. We get above this high volume node. We enter back in the gap of the VRVP. This point of control in the 7-minute could release us further to the upside. So I'm watching this flag here on the 7. I'm not overly bullish or bearish here. I don't like to trade on Sundays. So I don't know if I'm going to open up a trade per se. But I'm watching the market. What up, Sam? Soul Eco says it don't care about the dip. No, it does not. Solana is out of control. NEAR also bouncing from the low of 650 all the way back to 780. NEAR getting a 20% bounce back to the upside. Again, could these be fake outs? Could this usually be lower pumps to the upside? I mean, you'd think so, but this kind of broke a trend that it was forming here, right back to the upside. It could make another right shoulder. See, I'm looking here at a possible right shoulder here. Same kind of thing for Bitcoin. You know, and it is a resistance. Previous support is resistance. Could NEAR collapse here? When I look at the bigger time frames for NEAR, you know, I just got that same vibe that you're away from the 21-day moving average, right? But then we got this huge bounce back today. Yeah, you know. You have to remember how many people wish they were in altcoins and wish they were in this market, and they weren't. And so they took this opportunity to get in to hot coins. And a lot of retail starts getting in, you know. 1 minute, that's a clean breakout of the 1 minute. So once you break out, you have to assume you could go this whole length. This could be the beginning of a big move for NEAR. I know you don't, it's insane, right? Never broke the 100, you barely broke the 200 SMA. You can see NEAR just continuing to truck up to $12. Okay. So AI is going to be bullish probably. Yeah. ATR, I already have that set up in the trading group. Funny that you're on that. I see the ascending triangle. We're talking about it. It's super bullish too. You know, I see a lot of people mentioning this coin. I see it could make a massive move to the upside. 157% gains out of ATR. So I'm definitely watching this coin. Interesting to me. All right. Could you please check GLQ, says Brandon Parker. Let's take a look at GLQ from my man Brandon Parker. GraphLink protocol. And this thing's been on fire. Really, right? From that low here. Just continuing to rip. Like there's just no stopping GraphLink. Just a little bit of a dip, but bouncing back strong to the upside. Let's take a look at it on the daily time frame. It's crazy. A lot of these things say they're spent, and now it looks like they're going to continue to the upside. This whole market looks like it's just going to rip. Look at that breakout on the daily on GraphLink. So altcoins don't care. Altcoins seem to be pumping. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. GraphLink says it's going to head all the way to 28 cents. And when you see a breakout like that, I mean, that looks good to me. Stochastics, everything looks good. That thing is on the way to the upside. Now, you don't chase the green candle, but you would look in here to like the 7-minute, and I'd be looking at this right here. You see? And I'd be using this 7-minute ascending triangle here. Breakout. This is how I would be entering the trade, somewhere right there. And honestly, that could be the entry right now at 16 for a massive move up on the daily. So I use these small flags on GraphLink to get into the bigger idea, right? And so that's why I'll post two charts sometimes. The big idea, the small idea for you, right? So the daily is bullish on this coin, and that 7-minute could be the beautiful entry for a bigger play. That's if think about it. If the daily pumps, the 7-minute will make a little flag. You'll get in, that will pump, and then that's how if you back test how all the big pumps happen, that's how they happen. See, what I did is I looked at every pump that ever happened. You know, not every app, but I looked at a lot of pumps that ever happened, and I went through them all, and I back tested them until they taught me exactly what happens with price action. You see what I'm saying? And then I said, well, price action can't do whatever it wants. It does this. It makes a flag on the 7, then it breaks out, then it makes flags on the 15, then it does a 1 hour, then the daily continues to moon, and all is well. All right. So let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame for Pangolin. What's up, my D-Gens? Amazing time to be alive, everybody. Blessings on blessings. So PNG, I mean, I like this coin. Pangolin had that huge run up. This is where, I like to get in at these 618 areas. This is an absolute beautiful area to get into Pangolin, right? In my humble opinion. So, again, I can't force you to do anything, but I like what I'm seeing here for Pangolin. Oversold. Now, it does have resistance. It's kind of rolling over here. Some kind of weird sideways price action. But it did break out of the falling wedge. It's still sideways, and it's sitting at it. It wicked basically to the 786. This is where I would be thinking about getting into a project for sure. 2 hour time frame on Pangolin here on MEXC. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing makes a huge move. And I believe this is Pangolin. No, this isn't. This may not be Pangolin. I'm sorry. This is Peng. I think this is something completely different. Forgive me. Pangolin would be PNG. I agree, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, this is Penguin, right? This is Penguin with 140 million, or PNG. I don't even know what this is. The icy addition to the Solana blockchain, our small yet mighty penguin with a hint of Pepe the Frog. So this is just a meme, I guess, right? I think this is a Solana meme. But again, I mean, these seem to be the hottest things in sliced bread, so I may have found something hot right here. Peng. 2 hour looks like it could be 2 hours. Not my favorite place right there. 15-minute looks interesting. Wait for it to breach this 200 SMA on the 15-minute. If it does that and gets above 129, I'd look for this thing to moon. Right? And it is a Solana meme, technically, right? So we'll see what happens, but Peng on my radar. If it gets above 129, right? You see that? Aggressive entry is now. I don't own any of this coin, so I don't, Peng. All right. What about Chainlink? Funny. What about Link? What is Chainlink doing right now? Let's take a look at our baby Chainlink. Wow, Chainlink taking a beat down, getting sold off. Pretty crazy, right? It's kind of sad. So Chainlink getting sold to the ground. Pretty whack. Down $1 now. Yikes. Taking a beat down. So let's take a look at this. I mean, it has some bearish div here on the 3-day chart. It's in a rising wedge, so it's gonna, if it, you see this, and then it's got this support section here. A lot of support, right? You don't think it would break that. But it's got an M pattern here. Looks pretty bearish to me. Chainlink, for whatever reason, I don't know if they got bearish news. It's kind of weird compared to the rest of the market. Or institutions are just out early on Chainlink. But I mean, it doesn't look like the rest of the market. It looks a little sketchy. I'll be honest with you. That's an M pattern. Looks like it's going to break further down to possibly 14. So Chainlink not looking amazing, in my humble opinion. Right? Not really feeling that right now. Chainlink, all right? That would have to make a flag and continue to the upside. This 15-minute would have to turn. We'd have to have Chainlink hold 1650. Possibly it comes down and tests at 14, I guess, the way it's looking, but doesn't make sense because there's so much more money in it. But again, I'm not a fan of Chainlink right now. I'm drawing this just because I want this projection. I'd like this to bounce and project it to the flat. If that happens, fine. Then it's more likely we break out to 28. All right. And again, could it be making a parabolic move here? Right? But again, you can't lose this key. Like, let's raise this up a little. You can't lose this support here at 17.28.6. All right, for Chainlink. So some big signals there for Chainlink. We need to see it kind of clean its act up a little bit. Let's talk about Flux. If you were in Flux, we gave you Flux on CoinEx. I think it was also called Flux One. It was on Mexi at Flux One, right? When I talked about this last night and gave you guys the trade before it happened, did a little pump dump. It came back to the upside, but up 20% gains. I put all Flux in the trading group last night before I went to bed, and I saw that it was likely going to break out of this bull flag to the upside. Flux did that. 20% gains if you jumped into Flux. Bang, bang, bang. All right. PNG is a soul meme. Yeah. Dang, I looked at did it because I didn't know if it was Flux One. Dang. Yeah. Well, all you had to do is look at the price action and see that it was the same price, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard to figure out, right? Like, look, 148. Like, no offense, but, you know, little whatever. I'm not going to be rude, but I messed up. Usually I put out Flux. They messed up by putting a 1 next to it in our defense. You know what I mean? So, but I see Flux continuing here. Look, to the upside. I would watch this. So no harm, no foul. Nothing missed. And maybe you just weren't supposed to get into Flux, right? It was what it was. 30 heads lower, 25% gains. And your next target for Flux is 178. All right. You good, Sebby? Shout. Nope. It was DOME, baby. Bitcoin still dumping. AVAX, let's go. BOME looking bearish to me. Yeah, BOME looks bearish to me too as well. We're going to talk about that. So I see Flux possibly continuing to the upside. Set alerts on Flux. Continuation pattern doing its thing. I like what I'm seeing there for Flux. We should always do this too, so it looks like I'm looking there. I like that. That's a better off move. You don't want to be looking over here. You know what I mean? During the live, it just throws people off. Come on, Sammy. You know better than that. Put all your windows on the right side over here. Okay. Live here, can you analyze AERO? Send in a TA or super chat if you want me to analyze things, everybody. So, AERO drone. It's on CoinEx. It's also on Coinbase. I mean, I just see it making a beautiful flag right now, like a beautiful bull flag. That's special right there. That thing wants the moon. I see more coming for AERO drone, personally. Whether it goes sideways in the flag or takes off from the flag it's in right now. I see 100% move coming out of AERO drone. I'm personally in it. I got in at 39 cents, 37 even, and I could see this thing continuing. Previous resistance is support right now at 62. It bounced up to 66. Aerodrome on its way to 123. This is one of the hottest coins of the game, backed by Coinbase Ventures. Coinbase don't lose. They put their money where their mouth is, and it's the base protocol. So, like, you do the math, but it's pretty obvious to me what's going to happen here. I also studied cake and uni, and this is the cake and the uni for the base protocol, which I believe is going to do numbers over time here. And you're backed by Coinbase, so it's got a lot going for it. So, in my humble opinion, it'd be foolish not to grab a piece. But again, that's how I felt. It's completely up to you guys how you feel about it. All right. Okay. Send in a TA for super chat. Send in a super chat for TA. Let's take a look at the super chats here. Thoughts on total 1 week lower high. Bitcoin's historical pre-halving dip. We went over that all last night on the weekly screen. Last night we should look at it in depth. I spent like an hour on total, man. Go back and touch total. Yesterday's screen, because it's just like I spend so much time on it. Blessing, Sammy. Appreciate. Look at Manta on the 15. Yep. Look at GLQ. We took a look at that. And thank you for getting me this far, lifer. You have helped me through such a hard time these last 2 years in such a positive way. Jasmine. Shout out to Baby G. We love you. Hello, brother. I'm living week to week at the moment. But with my next paycheck, I'm planning to rejoin our amazing community on Discord once more. Shout out to Clem Fandango, man. Do whatever you could do, man. If you have to just keep coming to the live stream and getting the free information, we're here for you guys. That's why we don't make it all a paid group. We give you all this free information every single day. All right? The paid group is for people that want to take it to another level, that really want to push themselves, and that some people really want to be a part of something bigger. All right? There's a Rod and Gun Club in New York City. It's $500 a month or something. Only very rich men join it, and that way, if you go there, you're going to bump into a guy that's probably of high net worth. So high net worth individuals like to pay $500 a month. You know, that's the theory behind my trading group. It's an upper echelon trading group. If it was $25, you would see way less serious people in the group. The $99 is a barrier for entry that creates serious people that want to change their lives. So you end up paying for you're around the people that you want to be around. That's what you pay for, and the information, and my screen shares, and all the awesome information. But we're building a community of people that want to learn, that want to push, that don't want to say silly comments, that don't want to push memes. You know, we don't want a room full of, I'll be honest, you know, the people that are younger tend to have less money, right? And so we have a lot of people from 25 all the way to 65, 70 years old in the trading group. We have brothers, fathers, sons, family members, because people care. They want to change their lives, you know. Hey, brother, I'm living week to week. Don't worry, man. If you change your mindset, you will not be living week to week. Next thing you know, things will snap. You'll have enough money for years to come. And you could do that in a small amount of time. I did it. That means everyone else could do it. I am not superhuman. I'm just consistent and disciplined. That's all. You got to find your chi and keep going. That's what matters. Okay? Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it. And thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the Lifers, man. That's super nice of you. Bart Helsdigan. Thank you so much for doing that, Bart Helsdigan. Appreciate that, man. Morning Lifer just hopped in. Not sure if you went over it. The TA, what do you see on WIF? Glad your daughter is doing better. Much love to you and yours. Blessings from the occasional gambler. Hope everything's going well for you and yours. I see AERO making gains to 123. Kind of an ascending cup and handle too. We call these half a cup of handles ascending cups, where the cup kind of moves up to the upside here. This is an ascending cup and handle that I call it. It resembles the cup and handle very nicely. Technically is a cup and handle. Gives us a bigger move to 123 here for Aerodrome. And I am personally in Aerodrome. So I got my money where my mouth is. I'm liking this coin. The 4-hour is about to blast to the upside. Look at that thing. The 4-hour time frame is my go-to. It even has hidden bullish divergence on both sets from here to there, and from there, that's hidden bullish divergence. Tells us that the trend will continue to the upside, similar to what Bitcoin has on the 8-hour time frame. Hidden bullish for Bitcoin. All right. Hidden bullish Bitcoin. All right. Aerodrome looking nice. Posted to the trading. If you missed this segment, you're busy. You can't get here. You're sleeping. We timestamp all this, and then we send it out to you too as well. You get it all. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. All my Irish people. Even if you aren't Irish, hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're going to go out to the festivities. Join in. Don't get too drunk like I used to. Don't get out of control like I used to. Don't do silly things like I used to. Handle yourself. Life will be better. Look at the 6-hour time frame on Layer AI. This thing is so hot. With the NVIDIA conference coming out, it looks like these AI coins are about to fly. LAI is a hot coin I never got a piece of. I kind of want to get down on this. The market cap is still super small. This is hot on the 6-hour time frame. I see a breakout for Layer AI coming. Booming to the upside for Bitcoin, Layer AI, and the likes. LAI USDT. Boom, boom. And here we sit and here we stand. I like Layer AI on this flag to the upside. Okay. Yeah, everything looks ready to rock on Layer AI. That's a bull flag ready to punch. I'm telling you. This project is hot, hot, hot. Hot. And it's bet we put it out down here at a penny. It's already done a 7x. It does a 10x from here. That's a 70x. Book a meme taking a bit of a hit. Let's take a look at Book a meme. And Bitcoin. Technically now we could put it inside of a symmetrical triangle. See? I guess. I don't know. It's not the best. And I go back to my idea here, but it is kind of an inverted, look, it's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, is it not? That looks like a complex inverted head and shoulder to me. Kind of a half a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, kind of shoulder to the upside here for Bitcoin. Weird, how's the music stopped? Just as I said that. Frequency of love, brother. AVM, please. Thank you. Jesus Christ, amen. I'm learning a lot. It's crazy. Thanks, Lifer. Dogecoin TA, please. Shout out to Rebel Darkside. Shout out to Clem Fandango. Let's take a look at Dogecoin, which, you know, got a lot of buzz yesterday. That video circulating about Elon Musk, or Friday too, talking about accepting payments in Doge. Okay. The only thing is, when we look at the daily and the 3-day chart, like a lot of coins, it's away from the 21-day moving average. I could see Doge coming back down to this key area unless, you know, everything is attempting to get this bounce. Even Doge got it. The whole market got it. But look at the Adam and Eve double top on Doge. So just Doge tells me there may be some issues here for Doge. So your best bet for Doge is it bounces up, consolidates here. Maybe it makes a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and it breaks on out. And it consolidates right there before a pump to the upside. But I'd look for consolidation. Something tells me I don't have to jump in on Doge right now. That could be the lower price action, though, that you ever get after if it does bounce. You may never get it lower than that. But it could also fall this way. I'm not positive, honestly. It all depends on what Bitcoin does here. And if Bitcoin can hold 67,000, right now we're kind of dropping for BTC. Back to this 66, 970, 980 area. All right. Price action will toy with you. You got to give it a few days, really, to find out really where it wants to settle. So I'm looking for this possible bounce back to the upside here for Doge. It is getting pretty close to the 618, right? This would be super healthy if it bounced, went up and down, did this, and then that was its bull flag. And then we had a nice move to the upside, and we were able to scoop Doge one more time up at like 13. And then it would make a double up 100% gain up to 26. So I would put some limit orders for Doge between the 786 and the 618, all the way between 10 and 13. You may just get it on a wick. You never know. All right. Big Red sitting down here at 60K. Does Bitcoin get Trump's down to 60,000? It still could happen, everybody. We're not on the water yet. The sad thing is we could go either way right now, and nobody really knows. You could buy in right now and take a beating. You could not buy in right now and watch it pump and miss out on some of the best prices. I personally would rather miss out on the pump and put more in. Like, say I was going to put 20 grand in and it turned into 60 grand. I'd rather wait for it to pump up and then just put 30 grand in the same coin when it told me I had more confidence in the bullish move than chase the lows, right? But that, you have to decide that. You know, the old me used to be, I'd rather just throw in aggressively, watch it go all the way down, be able to be down for long periods of time, and then bounce back up, right? We talked about DEX check last night. I like what I'm seeing for DEX check. Same flag like LAI, same flag. Look, resistance, resistance, resistance. I mean, bounce. Now, you lose that, you're going to drop down to this high volume node, and then you could say DEX check all the way down here. Are people going to sell every piece of DEX check? Doesn't make sense, right? It's 22-hour, looks like it's about to break out. This was a hot coin people wanted. It was trending on token metrics. I think it's still trending right now. Yeah, right there. DEX check is trending. Mochi, Tectum, and Gala all trending. Aerodrome too at the top of their list here for their TM grade. 91% on Aerodrome. 91%. So the top coins here that this thing says are going to be the hottest. Thought I would do trader. Yeah, so like, I mean, these are hot right now. Aerodrome, Wall Street Bets. AVAX has no chill. Listed on Trader Joe, no chill, right? Let's take a look at no chill. You find out about a new coin every single day here on the market. Every day you're going to learn about another coin. Something that you've never heard about. 7 days a week. All right. I'm going to be on it for you so you don't have to be. So you could go out last night with your family and hang out. I was sitting there just grinding. So look, this thing, AVAX has no chill. Likely AVAX has no chill, right? It tells me it's likely going to continue to pump here. Just like Solana's decoupling, we could see AVAX do a decoupling. This thing looks hot to me. It's super, super high risk. It's obviously some type of meme on AVAX. I see 145% gains possibly coming, even if we responsibly hide our stop loss below. If this disappears, like when you click on it, right click it, hit your settings, it always shows stats. And that won't do that for you. Also, shrink it down here. Also, if you think it's too big, you can hit settings and you can do a compact to stats mode. And that's all we really need is the risk reward ratio and the targets, right? I want that number. Yep. So I'm risking 42% for 145. That's all I need to know. I'd watch this closely. Looks like it could come a little lower, like fill out this area. Something like that. But I'd watch this closely. This thing looks hot. No chill. And it's got a $28 million market cap. It's already up huge, right? If you got in early on the 25th. I didn't even hear about it until now. So, and it's been out for a while. Finally getting some traction. No chill, right? An avalanche. Avalanche whole thing is snow. You know? So you think of avalanche, you think of snow, you know. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. God bless you all. Love to be back in the lives. Can you look at Orachain, please? Shout out to Bart, man. We love you, man. Orachain continues to pump hard. One of my long-term holds in AI. Okay. No chill. And I don't know, does my whole crew now know how to use like Trader Joe and decentralized finance? If you do not, I'm telling you right now, I have a great course that's going to change your mind, change the way you look at it. It's below all my videos. Let me show you. Oh, there's so much going on. Farming, airdropping. It's like impossible. Can you keep up on everything? It's insanity, right? Look, here I am live, and I'll pause the live for a second. But if you go to below my videos, I'm going to have a beautiful, absolutely beautiful I just heard someone yelling, and it like froze me. But book an appointment here, right? To tutoring. That should say classes and tutoring. Change that, everybody. That should say classes and appointments. And right here, MetaMask DeFi for beginners. You gotta get this class. I'm telling you right now. Let me post this here. This class will blow your mind, everybody. It's $125. It's going to teach you how to go in and out, how to set up your wallet. It's going to tell you what chains are the hottest, why they're the hottest, how to identify them. I'm telling you right now, this looks like it's going to blow. I'm telling you, this is an inverted head and shoulder that's about to break to the upside. You just got a golden cross on the 7-minute. I'm calling a pump for Bitcoin up to 68,178. And I'm also calling a reversal here for Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin will reverse here. 8-hour time frame suggesting you breach this. It's going to be a big deal. We're going to see a pretty big move to the upside, in my humble opinion. So I could be wrong. Remember that. I'm not I may be wrong, and Bitcoin could dump right back to the downside, but this is a reversal on the daily for sure. There's a low, there's a high. That's a higher low on the daily. That closes as a higher low. We're solidified as a move back to the upside here for Bitcoin. And this market did not tank. We held the 21-day moving average. A lot of these Elliott wave traders say we're going lower. That's when I know we're probably not. I never trust an Elliott wave trader ever, bro. Ever. I was in a group with like 50 of them, and they all said this and that, and I out-traded all of them. I did. And I'm sorry, I probably just pissed off some Elliott wave traders. I love y'all. I hope you do well. I don't use it. I never will use it. I never have used it. I'm super accurate without it. I will never use it. Maybe I will one day, but I kind of use it in waves. Like, look, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. See, the LA wave trader, what about the LA wave trader here? They're like, you're in wave ABC direction to 60K. ABC 60K, man. It's not that easy, man. If it was that easy, everybody would be an LA wave trader, but it's just obviously not, right? Yeah. 1 minute's overbought here at resistance. So again, the 7-minute looks good, but we have to make it happen. The small time frame has to make it happen right here. This is like a crucial moment that we break out. Okay. We're going to look at UNFI and and AVM. What is AVM? Never heard of AVM. AVM USDT here. AVM. I'm not looking at advanced metals. Sorry, not happening. You have SAVM though. Okay. Wow, I put it out in this flag like it was going to break out to 12. Looked like it already did that. Came back to 8. I mean, that's in a beautiful cup and handle. That thing is about to blast, if you ask me. And the 22-hour looks good to me, too. And if you pull a fib, I mean, that's a full-blown fib from here. Yeah, you're in the basically the 786. You just picked up a good one, man. Now the 21's a little curving. Yeah, but my 8-hour looks absolutely beautiful. Previous support of resistance. Look at that. We bounce right there. You're on that. Dude, Sammy cup and handy to the upside. I don't know what this is. I don't even care. This thing looks amazing. That's hot right there. It could easily drop if Bitcoin drops. Always use a stop. It even has kind of a hidden bullish divergence, as this overall channel is to the downside while this is to the upside. I mean, that's amazing. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD showing signs of a move. I'm all over this, man. I don't know where you got this, but blessings on blessings. And this is why I show up every single day. You never know. All right. SAVM. And it's kind of a cup and handle, too. Look. You know, it's got that cup and handle vibe. Finally found some music that I like that plays the whole time and doesn't get me annoyed. It keeps me in a good mood and just does what I want it to do. So if Bitcoin, look, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Complex inverted head and shoulder, period. Bitcoin could break out of this. It's going to change the whole story, Morning Glory. Unless we get rejected by this level and we start to dump back down to the bottom of the channel, the 1 hour suggests that we are. We have bullish divergence suggests that we can make it here, though. With the golden cross of the 7-minute has me excited that Bitcoin could start to get some type of move here to the upside. And this inverted head and shoulder that doesn't look amazing. We could even call it a bullish rectangle. See? It's just attempting to find its way here out of this bullish flag. Measured move takes you to about 68,400. 68.5 would be key. You just made my night, Sam. SAVM on your radar. Shout out to Clem Fandago. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. Good blessings, man. Liver, can you please check UNFI? I'm saying it, the sauce isn't that hard to pick up on. I believe I have the most, the most simplest system that's easy to figure out. Right? Not easy, I don't know, but I think it's most comprehensive. And I backtested it so well that it suits you and it fits you. And if you backtest it, it'll fit you too. So UNFI, right? And I want to talk about Unibot too, which has been used on Solana. People have been bot trading Solana with Unibot. Shout out to my man Crypto Blood making that video. It's kind of what I see happening. Chop inside the zone. It's definitely in some type of consolidation. I just would believe in this. To me, forget the TA on this for me. I know you're like, what? But I would just watch, you just have to believe that it's going to move back up and start to accumulate right in here. So either you believe in this project and you start buying into it and you go for the long haul, or you don't. In my humble opinion, I'm really not going to do much TA on that. Like, you got to believe in that, right? Got 104 Caspa tokens on the dip. Is it enough? I mean, that's a lot. Let's take a look at our baby Caspa and what's happening to Caspa, baby. Okay. It's playing with the flag now that we had going on, which is not fun. Well, you could still say it's technically in the flag, right? Just at the bottom of the channel. You don't want Casper to lose this level, right? Let's look, what level is this now? 12. Wow, Casper back to 13. Took a pretty big beat down, right? From 18. No one's talking about it. Is it over? Should you sell all your Casper? Usually that's the time to buy, right? So I wouldn't sell Casper, not one bit. A lot of supportive resistance here. If Bitcoin falls down, though, it seems like Casper may even continue to go down. Let's look at it all by itself. I haven't looked at it in a while. You got bearish divergence on the weekly. But you're not that far away from the 21, which is a pretty good sign. So you had some pain, right, on the weekly. You have support at 9. You have some good support of the weekly at 11.4. Weekly is suggesting it going lower. That would have to turn pretty soon. Our 3-day chart also suggesting possible. So it looks like Casper's going to want to test this 11.5 area. But again, that's a pretty good sign that it's going to start its bigger move up. And then you watch this trend. I mean, it could have come all the way back to the trend. I feel like the trend is more, this is your new trend. Then it makes the ascending triangle and gets back on that horse. And we're ready for our next leg up to the upside. It will take some time. That says August. We could be sitting at 33, right? So you don't want to, you lose this trend line, you may come down lower and test here at 6.5. Casper hasn't been making sell-offs like that. All my Casper is stored away. I don't see people selling it, but you never know. You never know. Bitcoin getting the pump as suggested. Starting that move with the 7-minute. You know, the golden cross suggesting we're going to get a move here. The 8-hour hidden bullish divergence that I suggested is starting to play out. It's a 90% accurate indicator where most people can't see it. Most people will short the market. See, it's hidden because most people short, and the short squeeze is what happens. See, it's basically identifying a short squeeze before it happens. That's really what it does. A lot of the things that we do in technical analysis are just like pre-recognitions that represent something bigger and help us get into the mode. Everybody, 444 likes isn't going to cut it with 1,400 people here. 1,000 of you, you're telling me 1,000 of you don't like me enough to hit the like button? I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. So hit the like button, please. Show your love and support for the channel. I'm a small business, one man band, really. Let's go, baby. I shouldn't have to beg for your support. I'm here every single day. Let's do the right thing and let's get it in. All right? If you were live streaming, I promise on my life I'll hit that like button for you. All right? I'd go out of my way to make sure you have that warm feeling inside that you knew that you were appreciated. Okay? Everybody wants to be appreciated in this world. All human beings are looking for acceptance from each other. You can say you're not. You can say you're an island, but that's just not true. Okay? You love the love from other people. Don't deny me the love that you want to give to other people. Let's be honest. You know, if you want love given to you, you got to give love out. That's how it works. You don't get what you don't give. Period. This universe rewards those who give the love. Don't be afraid of the love, all right? If you don't hit the like button, I have to assume you're afraid, and you don't want to live in fear. Can you take a look at Ray? Love you, brother. How do you make it down to Florida soon and have a meetup? Yeah, no, I'm going, man. I looked at the houses last night. I am on my way to Florida. I saw the house. I believe I'm gonna rent the house. I see it already. I'm super excited, and I can't wait. What? $9K a month. Renting a $9K a month mansion. 4,000 square feet, baby. Why don't we go for the big one, right? It doesn't, right? The other one had more privacy for less money. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. Greatest TA, can you check out Helium Mobile? Thank you. So we just have a few more to do and then I'm out. And they'll keep coming in too. I'll eventually have to cut them off. You know? SAVM, not you guys off, but the super chats off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be rude here. Can you check out Polyswarm? NCT. Bitcoin's getting a bit of a pump here. And see that curve in the stochastics? That tells me we're about to rip. So I see a live trade right now. If you're scalping, the entry would be here on the right shoulder. Take it to the upside with the head, or even a little bit there. A little, yeah. 3 to 5. There is the trade right there, but it is Sunday. I'd be very careful trading Sundays. But that's a bull flag now. To me, that's a bullish rectangle. You fell out, you fell back inside. If you leave a pattern, you get back inside, the pattern is still square one, okay? You still got the pattern. I'm telling you right now, that'll change your life trading. You'll be able to trade very well using that idea, okay? 67,290 for Bitcoin. Still not out of the water yet, technically. At a resistance level, we could easily fall back down. We could end up somewhere at 64,000 today. I know, it's like, I'm in the middle as much as everybody else is. I'm waiting for confirmation. We get above 68.5, even 68,000. That's the first step. Right here, look, we got to get above that. And look, breaching this would be a big deal too. We get above this, falling wedge trend line here. We got to move back to the upside. All right. Funny, when you look at bigger time frames of the 7-minute and see it for what it is in its skeletal form. Can you take a look at Ray? Love you, brother. Hope you make it down to Florida soon and have a meetup. We're going to be in Sarasota, Florida. So, yeah, we could meet up in the middle at Alligator Alley. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my dad's favorite things to say. He loved Alligator Alley. He loved it. He thought it was so cool. My dad had been anywhere. He'd been to Florida. He'd been to California. He'd been to Texas. He had been to basically every state in America. Wyoming, Montana. My dad loved America. He thought it was the most beautiful country in the world. He said people should never go to Europe until they finish going through America, man. He loved it. My dad thought America was so beautiful, bro. He loved this country with all his heart and soul, man. He was a true American man. He built the buildings that we see here today. I see a big move here for Bitcoin pumping. It's about to pump right now. I just called that long. It's already up, as you can see. From the entry, it's 67,209. It's a shoulder, head, and shoulder about to pump. 68% chance this is going to go to the upside. You have a 70% chance this is going to win. It is low volume Sunday. That's the only thing that holds me back. That's the only con. But the patterns play out regardless, really, over time they will. So, at a resistance, low Stokes, 32% chance we do not make it. 70% chance, or 68, 70, basically rounded up 70, that this is going to pump to the target at 68,360. You're going to go up basically $1,000 right now for Bitcoin. All right. Remember, as long as weekly stays above that 65.5, I remain bullish. We're not bearish unless the weekly closes that candle below, and you got to remember that in the back of your mind. 67,390 for Bitcoin, already pumping to the upside here. Sammy's calls are pretty spot on. When Sammy makes a call, it usually hits. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know if I can do any more super chats, everybody, because I got to run. But I appreciate it. Can you deep dive Nibby? I don't have the time. I like Narubu. I'm all about that, interesting concepts. It's on MEXC as Nibby, right? It's weird though, there it is, Narubu chain. I mean, if you believe in this, then you believe in this. It could be a nothing burger, right? That turns to zero. I don't know about this coin at all. Okay? I don't know what it does. They can't even give me the market cap for some reason, which I don't know why. I'd go to Twitter and look at the Twitter. They haven't posted in a while. I'd be out immediately. Look, their last comment is pinned on March 12th. I guess. Gate.io, KuCoin, Bybit, Narubu Exchange takeover. 10 hours ago. The Dex Tools app sheds light on why the next Solana could be and why Narubu is a major contender for that. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to, like, it looks like it's good on security. Could be a big chain for Solana. When was its mainnet launch? They're posting a lot. They seem to be active. Okay. You know. Shout out to everyone on Twitter. We appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter. I greatly appreciate it. On the way to 27,000 followers. Keep getting those followers. I appreciate that. Let's pump us up to the upside here. Let's take a look at Solana. So I don't know. You know, it's brand new. You could be catching something that nobody's talking about. And you could be in on something super, super innovative. And honestly, rounded bottoms pay the bills. This could be a low. To me, it's a bit of a gamble at this point. All right. I'd have to at least see it get back above 60, 63. That where I know the resistance becomes support. We get a bit of a bounce there, right? And Bitcoin just got rejected, which kind of happens a lot on the weekends by the top of the trend there. And we could see, you know, as long as it stays inside the channel, it's okay. But I'm getting mixed signals for Bitcoin. That's why you didn't see me open up a live trade. When I open up a live trade, I don't truly believe in the move, right? I see it, but you know, and I know the odds that we're gonna break out are there. There's a 70% chance, but it's Sunday trading tends to never get the full follow through. My patterns don't play out that well on Sunday and Saturday. I'm just being honest. Facts of life. Now, if Sol continues to pump, that's kind of telling you AVAX will pump. Like if I see Sol back at 190, that's telling me something about the overall market's health, right? And it's telling me that AVAX is probably likely going to follow. So look at this. I mean, you put Sol here, and Sol just looks like it's going to continue to rip here. I would watch this pattern right here for Solana. Solana about to do even more damage to the upside. I see Solana going to 246 from 191 here to an all-time high. I would watch Sol do damage right here as it had beautiful support at 180. Nobody was going to sell their Solana. Everybody knows what Solana is, what it does, and the takeover that it's happening here with Sol. It's a big deal. They're at the forefront of this industry right now. They've got the industry in a stranglehold. And if you don't know Solana, you're missing out. All right? Sad to see Chainlink taking a beat down. You know, I wish you had put all my money in Solana, right? But that's what diversification is. And I see Solana really, how it doesn't do a 4x from 250 to 1,000 looks pretty likely to me, right? But again, I own Solana, a big chunk of it, so of course I'd like to see it move. But of course, 67,170, Bitcoin collapsing from the top of that channel, not able to get out of this. You know, you see this top trend line held us as resistance, unable to get back above it. All right. Everybody, I'm going to run out of here for the day. Honestly, can't make a true call here for Bitcoin like I usually do. I would watch this flag. This is what I would do. I'll be honest, because of this golden cross, I still believe, you know, the golden cross conveys to me we're going to get some type of pump. It's very rare you get a golden cross like that on the 7 and you just dump to the downside. Very, very rare. It could happen, but it's rare. So here's the deal. Watch Bitcoin. If it loses this trend line and you see it bearishly retest, then it's likely going to hit this point of control and then drop to the bottom of the channel, and you are going to see 64. As long as this trend line holds, as long as you stay above the 50 simple right here, I got to remain bullish for Bitcoin right now on this bounce as people get ready for this weekly close. The weekly close could be extremely volatile. Sunday night into Monday is extremely volatile. Just be very careful. This does resemble an inverted head and shoulder. It is showing some love. Almost has this uptrend now, like this kind of, you know. It's almost like an ascending triangle. You see it? With the inverted head and shoulder inside, possibly making another right shoulder here. I'm bullish for Bitcoin. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? I'm actually going to do something right now that may blow your mind. Yeah, the 15-minute wants to come. The 10-minute just getting above the 200 SMA. It's a very bullish sign. Because the 10-minute is pushing above the 200. Boom, breaking down, everybody. Was in this beautiful flag, but it lost at 200. Could it still be in a bigger flag that wants to break out? There's a chance. The Book of Meme is in a little flag here. I'm going to hold Book of Meme for at least, I don't know, 6-7 months. Let's see what happens, right? Let's give it some time. We got in early. Let's let it fly. So I'm not taking any profits. I'm going to see what happens. Usually I take some profits. This one I'm going to let fly. Still looks like we could get a 35x coming out of this one, all the way to 74 cents. But again, caution, we could even continue to go lower, right? It's a very high-risk project at this point. It's brand new. Sol at 191 doing damage. So, to me, Bitcoin's about to pump. Everything in my system tells me, everything in my subconscious mind just told me we're going to see a move for Bitcoin. So, look, we get rid of this, and we get back to, like, that 5-minute. And so, look, I see the inverted head and shoulder here. This has a nice lane. See the lane? That's a big breakout. And again, we could get rejected by this 200 and never make it back above. But you could feel, you can smell a little bit of bullishness here. And I'm bullish. And usually, right when I open up a trade, Bitcoin starts to pump. Because my subconscious mind has seen so many pumps now. It can like feel it. I can't explain it, but I'm like one with the chat. And I'll risk 200 for 6. 200 for 8. I'll take that all day long. So I did open up a long trade here on a Sunday, high risk. Normally never see me trade on Sunday. Just the indications are telling me the support or resistance is nice. Look, previous resistance became support. Now we're at resistance here. So we know we have support. We just bounced off 66.5. So why would we have to come test that again? We could be making an M here. And we could be rolling over. 7-minute is a little high. And I could easily lose this trade. All right. I want to make that very, very clear. I lose trades all the time. All right. It's part of my perseverance that keeps me going. Right. It's about winning. Once you win big one, it takes care of the losses. You don't really care. All right. I could easily get stopped out on a Sunday. Trust me on this one. And I'll have to take it on the chin, baby. Bitcoin already actually falling down the second I got in, right? The opposite of what I said. But give it some time. Give it some time. 3-minute chart didn't look too good. 1-minute chart's kind of doing its thing. It's all about this trend line. As long as this trend line holds, I'm good. The trend line holds and I'm out of the trade. You see what I'm saying? It bounces to the 200. I like the golden cross of the 7-minute. I like the tightness here. Okay. And I'm willing to take a shot. I have the guts to take a shot in front of thousands of people. I mean, to me, that speaks volumes of what my mother and father did for me. You know how many people could never take this trade in front of people on a live stream? They just couldn't do it. They think too much about what everyone would think about them, about the losing in front of everybody, and the fear would just be so heavy they wouldn't be able to. It just wouldn't happen. All right. And so it's unique to watch a live trader because you almost will never get it. You just never get this type of experience on a regular basis. I didn't. I was searching for it all the time, and I never got it, right? All right, everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I finally made a live trade in front of you. You see exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I'm doing. I didn't hold back at all. And that would put Bitcoin further to 70,000. That would kind of quell the bears here. And that would confirm that the 8-hour hidden bullish divergence is going to play out for Bitcoin. So that's where we stand. That's where I sit. We're looking for this move here for BTC. I don't know. I think, you know what happens is I forget I'm in this mode when I have the thing off and I make too many lines. But there we go. Let's look at the 8 hour here. Just to simplify things again for you, keep them kind of nice and neat. So it looks like the moving averages are going to come close together. See, like kind of start conjoining again. Like the 1 minute could do this, they could get tight. And that starts sideways price action. Right? We're going to dump. I felt like we would have been dumping by now all the way to the 200. We got saved. We got saved. You know? Really, we didn't even come down to the 3 hour 200 SMA. I think it was might have been the 45 minute. No. The 33 minute? No. The 1 hour didn't do it. The 1.5 hour, the 90 minute time frame, right? Hold on. I just want to look at the 90 minute. It looks like it was the 90 minute that did it. Do we have a 90 minute? I got to add the 90 minute. Because it wasn't the 2. It wasn't the 4. It wasn't the 1. It wasn't the 2. It looked like it was the 90 minute time frame. Right? Nope. Wasn't either. I'm trying to see how we bounced off the 200. Oh no, it was between the 2 and the 3, right? So 2 hours 120 to 180. So you're talking the 150 minute time frame. 150 minute. If you don't know what I'm doing, don't worry. But I believe that is the 200 SMA that we bounced off of. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, see? The 150 minute. Boom, you know what I mean? So as long as we stay above the 150 minute, we're good to go here. You know, and they play with it, but, you know, that's going to be, you know, and we start to get tight here. I really, you know, to me, the hidden bullish divergence is strong on the 8 hour, and nobody else is talking. I don't see anyone discussing it. All right? This could shave off, you know. Now, my only last concern is, could this be a shoulder ahead? Do we make like a right shoulder and then are we done? And it's just a false pump up that just takes us further down. So at one point, you have to have conviction in the longer term idea and go for it. That's what I do. That's how I get over this stuff. I just say, you know what? I'm in for the long haul. I don't give a dang. I'm ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? And I go from there. So at one point, you have to make a decision. All right? At one point, you have to make a decision. I'm going to add a little bit to this trade. Not a lot, but look, I'm going to risk another. Look, I only have to risk $100 for another $400 in that trade. So I'll take that. Considering that we just bounced off the lower part, too, showing signs of a move. Likely, I'm going to win this trade. Look, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. It's a complex inverted inside of a. Looks nice to me, above the 200 SMA. A lot of signs point that I could win this trade. But you never know. We're up $2. We'll see what happens, right? What type of trade is it? $892, 37x leverage, $30,000 trade. Okay. You put 10 more in there, you got a $300,000 trade. And so that's it. I can't really do much more. Everyone, I love you. If I missed the super chat, I apologize. But I got stuff to do. All right. Greatest TA, could you check Helium Mobile? We'll take Helium Mobile, which is mobile, right? Last time I saw this, I thought it could pump hard. Look at it. It boomed. I put out this cup and handle for you guys right here. Look at that. Sammy cup and handy, baby. So what I do is, in a bull market, I put what I'm willing to lose. No stop loss. What I'm willing to lose, because look at those wicks could have got you, and then the market rips. You see? If I'm getting in long term, I don't use stop losses in my long term bags. I use stop losses on all my swing trades. But again, if you're a beginner, you must use a stop loss. You know, I know where I'm at. I risk what I'm willing to own. I have a lot of money backing me up, right? I have a huge savings. I'm not risking everything. I'm not down to my last penny, all right? So when I believe in NOCHILL and I start buying in, I'm building a bag. I'm DCAing. When I DCA, I do not use a stop loss, but when I swing trade, I use a stop loss every single time, all right? But that's me. You do you. I'm being honest. That's my strategy, all right? I'm willing to go all the way down and all the way up with the market. I commit to the market. I commit to the weekly. Once I see the weekly is moving, I commit. All right. And we'll see. This could easily lose. It's very, very risky to trade on a Sunday. I usually would not open up this trade on a Sunday. The charts are telling me there's a likelihood of me winning, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm just going with the probabilities, my friends. All right. But wow, look at that thing booming. It's a little high now. You would suggest that it would likely come down. Interesting. Look at this though. I would just map this. I would leave this like so, and as long as this stays in formation, I would continue this formation. That looks like a beautiful buy right there on the low with the 4-hour pumping. This could continue to go to the upside. We knew when this came out it was going to be hot. We talked about it, right? And the low was what, 002, and it's already all the way up at 6. It did a 3x. And I do see it going further to the upside. All right, everyone. I'm out for the day. I'll be back tonight to go over what happened. We'll see. Did Bitcoin pump or did we dump? Did my trade play out or not? You guys could either throw tomatoes at me or say we made gains. We'll find out. It's pretty likely that it's a Sunday. So many times my Sunday trades have not played out. So I'm expecting it not to play out. The TA says it will. So if it wasn't Sunday and I extrapolated just the technical analysis says I'm fine. 70% chance I'm going to get paid. I do this all the time, so most of the time I get paid. So I'm expecting to get paid here. All right. Highly likely that I get paid, but besides, it goes from there. All right. And there we go. I'll leave you with all my thoughts, ideas, and everything that I can give you. Please follow me at CryptoLifer33 at Twitter. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're really trying to push the boundaries here and get further up to 30,000 subscribers and really, really get to another level. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. We love you. We appreciate you, Pollo. I'll follow you there. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Crypto Pollo. Billy Fargo. I like that. Meme contest. Create a Billy Goat Tales meme. Tag Billy Goat Tales and 3 friends with a chance for a free hardware wallet on our Tuesday, March 19th, X Space. Winner chosen by the BG team. Wow, that's pretty cool. Billy Fargo. Pretty funny, right? I asked my team, Sean, if you want to jump in on this, Sean, you should jump in on this, man, and do a Billy Goat Photoshop for the Crypto Lifer team. If you feel the need to get creative, that would be something fun for you. What is this bloodbath? I mean, the media is horrible, man. MS Media, they did anything they could to manipulate us, and we all figured that out now. We need to band together and form our own sources of news. You know what I'm saying? We need to really talk amongst each other and have critical thinking. You can figure out Bitcoin not by listening to the news, but by listening to us, all the different YouTube channels. We all put it together ourselves. We figure out where the market's going. We can see that it's a Ponzi scheme. We didn't have to go to Penn, Wharton School of Business, Harvard Business. I asked Vivek Ramaswamy when I interviewed him, I said, how come these people that went to Ivy League schools can't understand what I can understand? And I figured out in my basement. And, he said it's Keynesian. They're taught these same ideas and they can't break out of them. It's almost like they're brainwashed by their own astuteness. And it creates a bit of an issue over time, right? It's lack of development. Even though we're supposed to be in the most illustrious, most educated people in the world, their own intelligence tends to block them from their critical thinking. It's weird. And you could almost brainwash the smartest people in the world to do anything you want them to do because they don't have any brain of their own. I find it really weird. So you could be one of the smartest people in the world with a degree, and I can run circles around you. I always say, my lawyers went to Harvard and Yale. I didn't, right? But they work for me, right? I'm just saying, I'm not, again, I work for you guys. I work for Google. Everyone has a master, I guess, at one point. My master is God. God is my master. I do whatever God, if God says it's okay, I do it, right? If I know it's not right, it's not right. You can close your eyes and ask yourself whether your behavior is okay or not. You better know if what you're doing is morally correct, all right? So, I don't know. In your heart whether what you're doing is helping someone else or hurting someone else. And if you're helping someone else, then you're doing the right thing. So live your life in servitude to others and more will come your way. Zig Ziglar, man. Make other people successful to become successful yourself. It's the number one goal, number one plan. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Render all-time high. Wow. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next live stream tonight. Blessings on blessings. If you want to become successful, it's very simple. Find one thing, get better at it than everybody else by spending all your time on it, and then regurgitate that information back to the masses. I mean, I just gave you the key to success. And if you want to know what the secret to success is, I really know the secret to success. I really do. I'm telling you, I know it. I can help anyone become successful. You know what the secret to success is?